Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mighty Companions. I'm Teresa McGallagher, your resource for all things mystical, metaphysical, and miraculous. I'm here to share inspirational and practical content for you to apply to your daily life. Today, I want to talk about the rapture and the new earth. These concepts have been floating around in religious and spiritual circles for decades, but this morning I had a crystal clear download of what is meant by the expression left behind and how it has been incorrectly interpreted. So I wanted to share the correct meaning with you. You may be familiar with the popular fiction series Left Behind. My son saw the movie when he was a kid visiting his evangelical grandparents, and it scared the bejesus out of him. It shows the rapture as a very real event occurring with the second coming of Christ, where sinners are left behind on an earth that becomes like hell, while the righteous are snatched up into the heavens. I used to sell books on eBay, and this was one series that I refused to sell, even though it was highly lucrative, because I did not want to be part of adding more fear into the consciousness on the planet. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to share the true meaning of this concept with you. Humanity is currently moving from a 3D consciousness into a 5D consciousness. And what this means is that we are shifting from a belief in the third dimension and the material world as reality to an understanding that the material world is an effect and not the cause. The old paradigm, in which reality is only what you can see and touch, is fear based and ego driven. The new paradigm, in which reality is the source of what you can see and touch, is love based and spirit driven. A Course in Miracles says that we do not understand anything we see, and this is why. Because we think that what we see is reality, when in actuality it is merely a reflection of our thoughts. Now, how is this connected to the new earth? Well, on December 12th, 2012, we moved into the age of Aquarius. You may remember that the Mayan calendar and other indigenous people predicted that this would be the end of the world. And it was, but in a metaphysical sense, not in a literal sense. In December of 2012, a timeline split began. This timeline split means that those who cling to the old paradigm of a 3D world of form will continue forward on a 3D timeline in which the world continues to crumble and decay. Those who are willing to shift their consciousness by raising their vibration to a higher level will move on to the 5D timeline of the new earth. Right now, we are aware of both timelines. We can choose to focus on love, light, spirit, and 5D consciousness, but still be aware of the 3D consciousness of fear. In the future, when the split has widened, those on each timeline will no longer be aware of one another. So it will actually be as though the earth has divided like a cell, with the original one sticking to the 3D paradigm and the new one shifting to the 5D paradigm. This is a gradual and nearly imperceptible process. No one gets snatched overnight or taken as described in the Left Behind series, but rather we just lose contact with those who are no longer vibrating at the same frequency. I want to read the passage from the Bible that describes this phenomenon. It is from Revelation 21, which was a vision recorded by John of Patmos. He said, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, 'Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, and the old order of things has passed away. He who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. So the old order of things that passes away is this one where we have been deceived by appearances, and we believe that what we can see with our physical eyes and hear with our physical ears is the only reality that exists. But in truth, the 3D world is just a tiny fraction of what is here, and spirit is more real than form. That is why Jesus often followed his teachings with the phrase, those that have eyes to see, let them see, and those that have ears to hear, let them hear. If you would like to delve further into these topics, I can recommend the book A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle and another by Dolores Cannon called The Three Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. I will post links to both books below. And if you want to know what you can do right now to make sure that you are not left behind, you can practice connecting with spirit regularly and focusing on the inner world of your thoughts and feelings instead of reacting to the 3D world. Do things to raise your vibration, like meditation or singing, dancing, and creative endeavors. Choose to spend your time and energy doing things that bring you joy and surrounded by people who lift you up. Your contribution to raising the consciousness of humanity is never wasted. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe to my channel or share this with others. And don't forget to leave a comment or question so I can tailor information specifically to your interests. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Teresa McGallagher from the Miracles Tribe, and I love you.